Namaste, everyone. This is Ariella Halevi, Master Healer at Soul Centered. And so I want to jump on this video to talk about today how to awaken the divine feminine within and finally heal. So if you haven't noticed, April is rocky. The month of April has been really intense, like intense light and intense awakenings. Also astrologically, there has been so many shifts. I almost feel like the earth is like the energy inside of us and the earth seems to be moving, almost like small earthquakes. And so in some ways we're feeling enhanced connection and transformation and really more of a knowing of who we are. And it helps us become so authentic, right? Like it feels so right to finally understand who we are. And yet, April also has been full of kind of dips and valleys. And these valleys have dipped us way down into the depths of our shadows, pushing us to explore the depths of what really needs to be alchemized in order to live an authentic life. So the energy in this world is teaching us right now. If you've noticed a switch and energy change since 2022, it is really alchemizing us into helping us find our magic, to helping us be the magician of our lives. What it's really taught us is that we cannot play small any longer. And if you have a dream, you must live it, right? And so I celebrated my 50th birthday this past weekend, and everywhere, the day of my birthday, which was, I don't remember, Sunday, feels like it's been a long week already. And the day of my birthday, every sign I got said, I am seen. I saw it on billboards, I saw it everywhere. And so I decided that that was my message for my 50th year, is to be seen. And this is a time for you to be seen. This is a time for you to really be you and to break through and release those shadows that have been handed down from you from very probably well-intended teachers, society, generational, much more. But if you don't feel like you're healing on all levels right now, like you're supposed to be, then it's not your fault. And it doesn't mean that you're broken, right? So if you feel like you should be feeling more spontaneous, more healed, more awakened, more enlightened. The truth is that we are all here to fix what has been, I don't like the word broken, what is needs to be repaired in some ways. It means you're exceptional, truly, and you're ready to break through and free and break open to the true powerful source that's within you. Your spirit and your energy will not let you play small any longer and hide your truth and shut down and swallow your voice anymore. This is the awakening of your healing path. You are meant to be here. And this is what April is showing us, that life, spirit, and your body and soul are calling you to a deeper depth. And if it feels scary, it's because it's unknown in this lifetime. If it feels unknown and it feels dark, it's because almost as if you're being alchemized, those old beliefs are dropping away and they're opening spaces inside of you that you have not gone to before. So be really gentle with your precious heart. A lot of my clients are having heart palpitations. A lot of my clients are having racing heart issues. I had them last year and throughout the year. This is the awakening. Obviously, you want to get checked out to make sure you're fine. But this is the awakening of the heart chakra. I have seen emerald green everywhere, and this is usually the sign of the heart chakra opening. And so it's calling you to the root of your imbalances, the root of what's closed your heart off, to create an opening, to really strengthen your being from the root, because you're not fragile. You are much, much more, and you are resilient. But you can't do this work alone. And we need something inside of ourselves, something more powerful to help us through these challenging times. And so in walks the Divine Mother. Sometimes I think of the Divine Mother as like the God within. Other times I think of Earth Mama, right? Like this deep connection to the earth that is so smart and so full of love. So with those visions, you can imagine her roots dwelling deep into the earth, and almost like I see the vision of a tree right? So we're anchored into the earth, and we're rooted and anchored into the earth, and we're tethered to spirit, to the divine mother above. And so with this vision, I think of this beautiful tree. There's a quote that says, "It has been said that the only thing that grows in two directions at once is a tree. The roots grow downwards, reaching into the past. The tree grows upwards with branches extending towards heaven." So I love this beautiful quote because it kind of describes the power of how to simultaneously care for your roots and your soil, while also tending to your flowers and your leaves and the buds on the tree that are growing. So, healing is about reaching into your past and then growing to blossom into your future. Tending to your soil helps you heal from your foundation, from your origin, from your roots, which is at your core, right? We want to clear those things so we can really understand that all those people that came before us and all those beliefs and all the ways in which we feel unworthy and not able to heal, those are all there. It's like fertile soil. When you tend to it, you can water it, you can pull the weeds, not from like the top of the root, but the full root. Then you can finally heal and move forward. When we do that, we clear old energies, we allow it's preventing us from remembering that we are already whole and healed, right? So when we don't tend to those roots, we forget. But when we really face those roots and pull them all the way up, then we can get to the origin and we can awaken the divine feminine within us. And this allows us to truly be seen in the world, right? You can use my mantra, I am seen. How are we seen? We live within the divine feminine within all of us. Our society has taught us to be the divine masculine. It's masculine in overdrive. The exhaustion, the lack of boundaries, the pushing until we are so tired that we're making ourselves upset and angry and exhausted. And actually, when we overachieve and when we push, then we're actually preventing others from growing. And so the whole key of the divine feminine is to pull back, to rest, and to really open our eyes to see where we need to go next. In her truest nature, the divine feminine is this motherly energy. She's beautiful, she's sensual, she has amazing boundaries, she's nurturing, she's a go-getter, right? Make no mistake, she's not lying down and just letting life happen, but she's creativity and inspiration in her purest form. She is peace and harmony, she is abundance, and she knows exactly how to use the earth in order to co-create with her. She is intuitive. She can receive. And this is how we thrive. If you want to know how to thrive in business, if you want to know how to thrive in your family life, in your healing, you can take the divine feminine and apply this anywhere in your life that you need. The divine feminine within you is wild and free and untamed. Now, she's not out there just pushing everybody's boundaries. She's like, she pulls back and she moves forward. And the divine feminine with all of us, she knows her truth. She's unafraid to speak her truth. If you had one more day on this earth, God forbid, what would you do with this life? Right? Mary Oliver says, what would you do with this one wild, precious life? I'm paraphrasing. What would you do? If you really lived within that divine feminine within inside of you, what would you do? How would you make and create your life as a sacred vessel? So the divine feminine is the person that you are when you finally meet your roots and heal from the core. She will bring you so many sacred gifts. So let's talk about how to do that. The one thing that I love to talk about is prayer. You do not have to be religious. You do not have to believe in God to do prayer, right? Prayer is a beautiful way to ignite the divine feminine energy within us. So I like to say this prayer every day. It's a prayer that my shamanic teacher taught me, and I'm going to pass it down to you. I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to invite you to say it every day. Dear Spirit, I pray that we have the necessary will, courage, determination, and grace to make changes in our lives in accordance to divine will that will align us to our path and purpose and help us to shine our light in this world. I pray that unconditional love, compassion, peace, harmony, and abundance fill and overflow in our lives, and may we show up in this world with presence and understanding. I bow my head in great gratitude to the Divine Feminine and my divine team, and for the sacred honor of this holy work. Oh, and so just by stating a prayer, creating your own prayer, by reciting prayers, you can find many, many prayers online, in a prayer book, create your own, and just really invite the Divine Feminine in. She needs to be asked, right? We always forget this step, is that as humans, we have to ask the divine to come into our world. The next step in finding the Divine Feminine is committing to a practice of self-love and self-acceptance. That means when you have blocks and beliefs that are negative show up in your path, instead of pushing them away, you bring them towards you, right? I love this idea of gathering in what needs to be healed. And when you ignite them and you really truly allow this belief to come forth, just the act of allowing the belief to come forth, writing about it, speaking about it out loud, it allows it to release. It is magical. Try it. It may take a few times if it's a deep one, but allow yourself to play with these beliefs, right? That brings about more love and self-acceptance. And then finally, connect and get outside in nature. Touch the earth. Our earth and nature are full of this beautiful creation of the Divine Feminine. The trees and the flowers and the wind and the rain, like, be a part of nature. Even if you live in the city, you can find patches of nature that help you like really feel that you are connected. The more time you spend in nature, the more connected you will feel to her energy. Why? Because we need silence. We need to feel the energy beneath our feet and that magic, still small voice within. Rabbi Nachman is a famous rabbi, lived long ago, and he used to say that he could be in a crowd of people and still find the still small voice within. And the way he did that was cultivate a practice of quiet in nature. And he would go out into nature, whether it's your backyard or the woods or anything in between, and he would talk out loud to the divine. And so getting outside is one way to speak out loud to the divine and let the divine speak back to you. And so just in conclusion, the Divine Feminine is an awakening. It is within all of us. It doesn't matter your gender, but it's to invite the earth to be used in a different way. It's to invite Mama Earth, right? That beautiful, magical, mystical parts of us that are so in tune with the earth, that are so in tune with the still small voice. But we have to clear the weeds and really go to our roots in order to find her. And so it is a commitment. It is a practice. It doesn't come like that. But when it comes, it is a beautiful awakening and helps us live our soul purpose and life in true joy. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to discover more, you are invited to my complimentary healing circle, which is 6 p.m. Mountain Time, May 2nd on Zoom. And you can find that link at www.mysoulcenter.org. And I hope that you join us there. We're going to do so many different types of healings, a group ancestral healing, little belief work, and of course, always intuitive guidance. I hope to see you there. And